Hey there, what's up? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. If you're new, I react to video game music from games I never played or heard about as a musician myself. Today I'm going to be doing a pretty big request for Final Fantasy XIV in the Balance, aka Nald'thal's theme. Sure. This was a platinum request from Jester, but also requested by many people, and I will list them off now. sSasha, Danbo, TarundiMC, Vaira Music, Firstkyu, and David, among other hundreds of comments throughout the months. This was requested back in December, basically when Endwalker came out, but it officially has released today. So via Soken himself. And since this was a platinum request, I had to wait until the official release. So here we go, enough talk. This is one of the biggest requests ever. I'm sure there's spoilers in here, so be warned. 12-minute video, so probably just loops a lot, but this is In the Balance. Lyrics. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Oh, those drums are so big. A little Middle Eastern sounding. I didn't see who the vocalist was. Sounds very majestic, magic, genie. I think that was the chorus, and I think it's gonna start verse 2 any moment now. Ooh, that sounds cool. This sounds cooler without the drums, to be honest. But I feel like they're gonna come back right. No. That was cool. That was a nice little build up. It's so epic and big sounding. The orchestra. It's been kind of all over the place. It sounded like Disney, it sounded like just kind of everywhere. This kind of reminds me of a band that I've mentioned a couple times on this channel, Blackmore's Night. I think I've even compared them to a Final Fantasy XIV video before, maybe. This sounds great, honestly. It just has such a enchanting palace feel. Dancers on each side. Everything's gold. It actually sounds like the same singer too. And the band I'm talking about, her name is Candice Knight. Pretty identical. This is the first song I hear for the day, so the bar's been set. A lot of percussion going on. Cymbals, tambourines, hand percussion. The big drums, the hi-hat right here. Boss looks cool too. Looks like a nuisance. I like the vocal melodies writing the melody of the song. I wouldn't even know how to describe this genre. Because it's like 4 of them. I really like her voice. It's like, it's kind of like a mix of her speaking voice and her singing voice. It's this kind of interesting middle ground. Interesting. You know what I noticed about 14 music? Which is not news to anyone else, but the music loops so seamlessly. And it's clearly like thought ahead of time for long battles and long sections. It's kind of hard for me to hear sometimes when it loops. That's how seamless it is. What is going on? Did he duplicate himself? Oh, what is this? A little good and evil thing or what? Uh-oh. It looks like stuff got real. I don't envy people that have to fight this. It's catchy. Boom, 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 boom. That's why people, I think that's why people, this is why it's so popular. Catchiness. Any song that can grab your attention off the first listen and you'll remember it, dun, 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 dun. It's gonna stick with you, and you're gonna want to share it to other people like me. That's cool. She like layered her vocals 2 or 3 times, I think. See, right here she's singing. She's like in an upper register. Try to notice the difference between this vocal style and the next time it goes into a verse. Kind of. I could almost envision her in the studio, just like eyes closed and feeling it. You can feel her emotion here. It's got everything. Yeah, see, she's not singing anymore. Well, not to her full capabilities, right? Also, I didn't mention, but the strings are pretty crazy in the song. They're kind of drowned out by the horn section, but the strings sound nice. Also, the horn section is cool too. What isn't cool? Ending right now. Interesting. Usually when I get gameplay, I usually have like the boss being defeated or something. So it seems like it's a pretty long boss. That was a 12-minute video and he wasn't dead yet. So, or she. So maybe it is a nuisance. Maybe that's why you guys know the song so much, because you've heard it so many times, because they don't die. Where do I begin? Well, first of all, the anticipation was really high. I've been waiting since December. I remember this... No, was it December? No, I think it was like January. Once it's been out for a little bit, then I started seeing the name In the Balance, In the Balance, In the Balance. It's almost in all my comments. Even non-14 videos are like, listen to In the Balance. And hey, I do things properly. I'm not just gonna, you know, I know the soundtrack wasn't officially released and etc., etc. Same with Flow and all that. So I'm glad to say that it lived up. It's. I was kind of scared when there's a lot of anticipation for a song. It's nerve-wracking, you know. But no, this was really cool. It kind of had a little bit of everything. It had what I would call like a recipe for success. And what I mean by that is it's extremely catchy. And when I say that particularly, I mean, usually a song's catchy part or its hook is its chorus. That's where everything kind of like builds up into, and then it just resolves into that, and that's usually where the name of the song is said, or like the main focus of the song or something like that. That wasn't the case here. The whole song was like that. The whole song was catchy. The whole song is just immediately gets stuck in your head. Dun, 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 dun. Right. So less is more when it comes to these kind of things. And when you have these types of melodies in your songs, what's the word? Earworm. They're going to turn into an earworm, and people are just going to be like, without even thinking about it, like say you play this for the first time and you're just going about your day, and then all of a sudden in your head, without you even doing anything, you're like, and then that's it. You know, the seed's been planted, and let's go tell this stranger on the internet to go listen to it 1,000 times. So mission accomplished. It kind of has it all as well. Genre-wise, I don't even know what you would call this, but it kind of doesn't matter. It's just music. It's just art. Soken kind of really likes to blend everything together, and it seems kind of fearless, like whether it's going to work or not. He just kind of does it. Like, it had these kind of Middle Eastern type sounds. We had like sitar type sounds, a lot of jingles with the oh my god, I'm drawing a blank, the tambourine. I couldn't think in time, sorry. And just all these little things, and then it kind of sounded more like Disney, and then it sounded more like a ballad, and then it had this string section and the horn section, and then these crazy drums that were like driving the whole song. There was a lot of aggression in the drums, but not only just the drums, the entire percussive section was kind of all over the place. They had so many little things and sounds everywhere, just adding to a big full ambient sound. But overall, I got this kind of feeling of like majestic genie spells and that kind of thing, mage. So I don't know if this character, I mean, obviously he's looks very fantasy. He's got the multiple wings and all that stuff. It kind of reminded me a lot of just like a big open like sand or desert type place. Obviously this is not the case here. This is just like some arena, but it makes me think of like the world before this or after it, if it's surrounded by some sort of kind of like, I kept thinking of like Aladdin, really. So like, you know, palaces, gold, that kind of thing. I just kept thinking of like just royalty and things of that nature. So I really kept thinking of like Aladdin the whole time. I don't know why. But speaking of what it reminded me of, I've said them before on this channel, and I'm pretty sure it was Final Fantasy XIV. But Blackmore's Night. If you like this kind of music, you will like Blackmore's Night. And specifically a song called Way to Mandalay. Sounds pretty identical to this, and the singer has the same kind of style of that kind of like half speaking voice, half singing, but can definitely sing and go higher if they need to. I mean, I really like that vocal style where they just don't do everything at once, and it's all kind of like in moderation, and they can show their palette. It's really nice. I'm not sure who this singer is. I feel like I've heard them before because I've heard a lot of 14, but I don't recognize it. I didn't see a name at the beginning, and I don't know them, you know, by memory. I think I only know Amanda's vocals by... No. I know Amanda's vocals by memory and Susan's. I don't think that was either of them, but you guys can definitely let me know. But I feel like I might have heard this before. And then finally, speaking of that, like... I said that it had like a seamless loop, which kind of just... I don't know, I guess... It's kind of underrated in a way, because these songs are different, right? They're MMOs. This is an MMO. So you're going to be in certain spots for a very long time. You're going to be playing battles for a very long time. And I just noticed that like these loops are seamless, maybe some of the most seamless I've ever heard. And I really have a like hard time distinguishing where it ends and where it begins. And that's really cool. It's doing its job. Basically everything I'm saying regarding this is that it's doing its job. It's just the amount of love and like passion that goes into 14 as a whole, like from what I hear, the story, the characters, and then of course the music is like, it's all just a part of it. And as far as Endwalker goes, I've only heard maybe 2 or 3. I think this is the 3rd Endwalker song I've heard now. And even though I've heard a lot of these in general, from, you know, Shadowbringers to, what is it? I don't even remember all of them. Stormblood, whatever the expansions are. I feel like maybe a more expert ear that's played these games for years can probably distinguish the difference as the expansions go. To me, I just kind of hear like an overall 14 sound, if that makes any sense. But to me, Endwalker has a little bit of a difference, and that only difference is just that the quality of the sound is better, but not by much. I'm not saying the rest of the other songs sounded worse, but obviously they've had many years and more budget and all that throughout the years, that everything just sounds really big. Everything from Endwalker sounds really theatrical and kind of just above this world type thing. Very fantasy. Go figure. So, what do I think of In the Balance? Well, it was great. It's actually a good name, actually. It's a very, very balanced set of things that are going on. I don't know who Nald'thal is. I'm sure that was the boss that we were just fighting. I don't know what In the Balance refers to. I think there was lyrics on the screen, but I wasn't really paying attention. Per usual. Because I won't get the context whatsoever. But yeah, overall, I just kind of get this kind of, you know, palace, gold, sand, desert, magic vibe, aka Aladdin. I could be totally wrong, but let me know. That was In the Balance. Really, really cool. Lived up to it. Lived up to the hype after half a year. Sorry, but, you know, it probably would have waited longer too, but this was a platinum request, so it jumped to the top. So big thanks to Jester on that. Speaking of which, if you want to make a request to me, you can do so on Patreon or PayPal. Either are cool, but they're not necessary. They just guarantee that I will check out your song if you do not mind waiting. If you do not want to wait, you can do what Jester here did and become a platinum supporter and pretty much expedites your request to the very top. They requested this a couple weeks ago, but the song was not officially released, so here we are. Big thank you to the other requesters as well, sSasha, Danbo, TarundiMC, Vaira Music, Firstkyu, and David, and everyone else that requested it. A big shout out to my other platinum supporters, Justin, Moon Knight, Roguemog, Thomas, Kevin, Your Average Metalhead, and Leaky Peach. Big appreciation. Thanks to all my other supporters on Patreon that you see here. Thanks to you for watching, whether you play this game or not. I appreciate it. You guys changed my life. Until next time, dudes and dudettes. Till the next Endwalker. To the next 14 song. There's still many to go. My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. Have a great night.